All right, here we go, and we are live again. This is we're live on Facebook. Very cool. Okay, so I did this painting a little earlier on Instagram, but I'm going to show you a new painting demo right now, and let's get it ready. All right, let me remove these flowers. Get this new painting going. Okay, we're gonna do a seascape, more or less. Not so much seascape, more like a shoreline or something like that. And so let's get it started. So the way I like to start it is simply by doing a rough sketch. Okay, and I'm using paint at the same time, so I'm already filling out some places, some areas here with paint as I'm doing the sketch, just to kind of get me an idea of where things are going to go. Well, thank you so much, Roth. So the way I'm going to start with this is with a palette knife, and we're going to be putting a nice mixture here, blue and green. And have this be our C. Very simple. Look at that. Extremely simple approach. Some of that water over here. Look at that. Now I'm going to start moving into that shore. And start playing with some peach colors. Never overdoing in any given area, always moving. See, I'm doing something and then I move. Which, by the way, this is something that I teach in my new workshops, my new classes. Something you're going to be seeing as we start releasing the videos, the painting class videos. It's something to keep in mind, to move around as you're painting. You don't want to stagnate in an area too much. There we go. I'm going to get some blue and green and put it right here. I'm going to get some purple. And just kind of start putting it in random areas around here. To give the impression or the illusion that there's depth happening, there's other stuff happening other than just water and rocks. There's some foam, there's some reflections, there's all kinds of stuff happening. Oh, thank you so much, Ross. I appreciate that. Look at that. All right, so it's time to go in there with a brush. And something that I like to do when I paint, because I use such bright colors, a lot of pastels, is I like to use gray to kind of mute it down a little bit, if you will. Gray is a great way to mute down those very strong pastels, very bright. Playing with these peaches, and as I'm playing with all these colors, I'm essentially it's basically how impressionism works. You're putting all these colors and all this movement, but in the background of all the noise, you're putting together a picture. And so that's in the back of my mind. I'm putting together a picture, but I'm not really thinking about the picture. That picture is going to come out by itself, and it will come out effortlessly because I'm not worried about it. I'm only playing with all these little colors, almost like putting together a little puzzle. And I get to dictate where the pieces go. Oh, thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it. And so you see a little bit of red. Just in key areas right here. And I say key areas because I don't want there to be so much of it. Hey, what's up, Sean? Good to see you here, man. So check it out. So it's a mixture of brush and palette knife and all sorts of random brush strokes and colors all over the place that once they unify, they create the painting. Yeah, it's hog hair Bristol. Yeah, the size of brush that I mainly use is a number 10, which is this one right here. But when I'm covering space and I'm trying to cover more space, I use something like this, a number 12. this almost pure phthalo blue is going to be here in the back, and that's going to be our deeper end of the water. Usually when we paint a seascape or a landscape or something, especially something like this, like a seascape, many times we fail to notice that there's so many colors, there's so many things happening. You know, there's, especially when you're doing expressionism or any form of impressionistic type of work, there's so many things happening, and you could easily fail to recognize that if you're just focused on the fact that, okay, there's rocks and then there's blue, you know. And if you're really paying attention, you might see the white in the waves or the foam of the water, but there's so much more happening, and you don't need necessarily a reference image to notice that. You just need to tap into your imagination a little bit. And that's part of the thing that I'm also going to start teaching artists, is to tap into that part of your imagination where you're not just resting on a reference. You can use a reference, but you don't need to rest on it completely, so that you have you exercise that part of your brain where you tap into so much more creativity than a photograph can offer. So I'm going to go back to my palette knife here and create those little ripples right here, those little waves. Look at that, little different things happening. In the water. Reflections, all kinds of things. And get back with my smaller brush. This is number 4, and I'm going to be putting some black. Just little touches of black. See, and then we have something else other than just blue and white to make a an ocean scene. Thank you so much. Okay. So I just wanted to show you this little demo. I also do demos on Instagram. For those of you who may not be following me on Instagram yet, I'm at Jose Trujillo Art, just my name plus the word art on Instagram. And I do daily demos there as well. But if you are really interested in learning my method, which is this expressionist type of painting, I have put together a platform where I'm going to be teaching everything. And if you are also an artist who is looking to maybe go into the marketplace or learn how to market or sell your artwork, I'm also teaching that in the same platform, and you can get to pick and choose what you want to learn. All the videos are going to be there available. I'm going to be uploading 2 new videos every month, and a lot more stuff. It's got to be more than 2 videos, but I promised my friends that I was going to start uploading 2 a month. It's going to be more than 2 videos a month because I love recording videos. And they're not these videos, not to be confused with the videos that I do here. These are demos. The other videos, I walk you through every step of the painting, and including color palette, composition, and everything. And so that's what I'm preparing for. Art is out there. These are painting demonstrations, painting demos. The other ones are instructional, so they're a lot cooler. Thank you so much. So there it is, my friends. There is the water, some rocks, and you can see it's expressionism. So the whole mess, it's like, you know, it's this big old mess. It's like when I remember when I saw my first Monet painting, I got close to it and I was like, oh my God, how? And then someone who was there, I was a young artist, told me you don't look at paintings that way. Well, of course, he didn't know that I was studying the painting. He said, when you look at a Monet, you have to stand 10 feet away, you know, at least 6 feet away. That's how you appreciate a Monet. And so I love that. You get close, you see this big old mess, and then you step back a little bit and you can see the whole thing kind of come together. So thank you so much, everybody. I will be showing you guys more art demos, and I'm going to try to do this daily here on Facebook to just share my process and hopefully inspire 1 or 2 of you out there to go back to the studio and start having some fun. Take care. Bye-bye.